Pete, we don't have an intro.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. We gotta figure out a new intro. You know what my favorite intro was? When we spun the chairs around.
Oh, come on.
That was my favorite intro of all time.
You know about Dipset and the Locks?
I know Jim Jones. Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron. Pretty in Pink.
Right?
Jules Santana?
A little bit.
Okay, are we gonna get it on? So let's talk about it and then let's watch it.
Is he the one that, he's the one that sounded more like Cameron but better? Is that Jules? That's Jules, right? Jules, yeah.
You would say he sounded like Cameron but better? Okay, so the battle. Let's start off by saying how you felt overall. Event. It almost felt like, to me, almost like it made up for Caravana a little bit.
I wouldn't say made up for Caravana. Because that's big, but it made up for a lot of missing entertainment.
Yeah.
It was very, very good. But let me say this: if it was a fashion show, we already know those guys are from Harlem, right?
Dipset.
But at the end of the day, you came to a rap battle.
This is it.
And
what time did you do that?
It seemed like they weren't even really rapping at a point.
Pete,
and Jadakiss was like, "Hold up. Stop the music."
I know. He showed, okay, so for me it was like, what was obvious is the difference in artist development. Like Puff's whole camp, making sure that people know how to perform, where to stand, how to hold the mic, voice control, all of that. You can definitely see the difference. I also feel like these guys just have been like more active. You know what I mean? Like Cam and those guys look like, literally like they just pulled up from like home.
Yeah, and another thing is, those guys, the Locks, rap music that you can feel. They're aggressive rappers.
Yeah.
So when they rap their aggressive stuff and you can feel it, you can feel it. Dipset is party rappers.
Yeah.
Their music plays in the club. You're not gonna hear a lot of Lock songs play in the club. Maybe I'm locked up, they won't let me out. You'll probably hear that in the club. But other than that, you won't hear no Lock songs in the club. But you're hearing a lot of Dipset songs in the club. You can't battle club versus the hood.
At all?
The hood's always gonna win. What you talking about? I'm from the hood. What you talking about?
Yeah. They had, but people thought that Dipset would win because they're street.
There's more people in the world that can relate to aggressive, on my face coming up rap than people that can relate to I'm on the top, look at my chain, look at my this, look at my that.
Yeah, word.
That's why you lose.
Yeah. You watched it?
I didn't watch it yet.
But
I need to watch it. I saw clips on Instagram. I seen all the memes and everything like that.
Yeah, right?
I'm gonna check it out though today.
It's like you were talking about flipping, Jules getting his bandana whipped down, couldn't handle it, Cameron getting booed while trying to freestyle.
I didn't see that.
That's at the end.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I'm gonna put it on for you guys.
I gotta go rewatch it.
Yeah. No, it's worth rewatching. It came to a point where
I was like, I'm shutting this off because it's over.
It is.
I'm not even watching no more.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm watching TV now.
Yeah.
I'm done. And then I need to go see the actual ending. I didn't know he got booed.
Yeah, I know. Because there was things that I was missing too watching it on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was better coverage on like Apple TV and stuff like that. But yeah, apparently at the end he was getting ready. He was like, yo, y'all say we ain't got no bars? Because he was trying to, he already got killed with 2 flipping freestyles.
Yeah.
And then he was getting ready to bar up and he just couldn't, I don't know what happened. And then they just started to, yo, boo, boo.
The boos were loud?
Starved. They were loud enough. He knew he was being booed. Wow. And then the DJ threw something on.
Listen, New York people don't play.
Oh, at all. At all. Did you hear Fat Joe's recap of it?
No.
You guys gotta watch Fat Joe's recap of it too, because Fat Joe gives you the vibes of the place, right? Yeah. Fat Joe's saying this, he's like, this is the biggest hip hop event in his life. In his life. He's seen so much stuff, P. So for him to say that was the biggest event he's ever been to, he said everybody who was anybody from flipping Miami to flipping Cali to New York was there. All the flipping gangsters there. Everybody was there in their best flipping dressed. Because like it was the vibe, like it was the place to be.
Definitely the highlight of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah.
The only verses that was better than that was Bounty and Beanie.
This is what everybody's saying.
Bounty and Beanie verses was crazy.
It was the first
I can watch that one still right now.
Yeah.
That was the best one.
Yeah.
And because it's Bounty and Beanie, like anybody who knows anything about reggae, like that's the rivalry.
Yeah. If you saw it, love it.
You guys are good. You guys don't need breasts like that.
Dope.
I'm vaccinated. It's
Come
certified no
on.
COVID.
Love it.
Certified no COVID.
So you watch this.
Oh, I watched the whole thing.
And?
Murdered them.
Come on.
Murdered them. Dipset sucked anyways back then. It's like listening to new rap, eh?
Well, this is what's so funny, because were they the beginning of mumble rap in New York, right? That's what became apparent. Like, these guys might have been the beginning of like swag rap.
Jim Jones is garbage and he's a rat.
You guys, Jules, where was Jules' teeth?
Oh, buddy. Hey, Jim Jones is a rat.
And they set it up like a boxing match.
Oh, Michael Buffer was at the beginning?
Yeah.
Right hand.
It was big, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I never watched the very beginning.
That part was huge.
Come on.
Huge.
How much did that?
But you know what Fat Joe is saying?
They paid that.
Fat Joe was there, wasn't he?
He was there. Did you see his recap?
No.
Fat Joe has the funniest recap. You gotta check out his recap on YouTube. Because he tells the funniest stories anyways, but the way he's talking about it is like the best.
He's a G though. Fat Joe's a G, eh?
He is a G.
In New York, Fat
But
Joe's
he's saying that Cameron was leaving the building. That's why Cameron came out late. Watch, you'll see it now. Because the locks come out, people cheer, and then Dipset comes out, or they say Dipset, and then Dipset doesn't come out.
Yeah.
This camera was leaving, they said?
Yeah, that's what Fat Joe said. The Cameron was like on his way out.
Did you ever see the roller Cameron? They got in a fight in the fans, and Jim Jones and all them jumped in, and Cameron went the other way. He's like, fall back, bro, fall back. Jim Jones jumps right in, but all of them were getting punched out, and Cameron left.
Jim Jones jumped off the stage on this one too.
Yeah, for his ring, he said. Yeah.
Oh, his ring fell off.
Yeah, because everybody was teasing him, saying he fell off of the stage, and he was like, no, I jumped in for my ring.
Oh, okay. I thought he fell off.
But they sounded horrible. It sounded like they were lip syncing. What are they, Milli?
Horrible.
What,
Yeah.
Milli Vanilli?
But also
They
just,
don't even
okay,
sound the same.
but this is the difference, because I heard that
That's the problem.
Kiss brought WAV files. He didn't bring MP3s of the songs. He brought the original WAV files. So their stuff sounded like it was coming off of an album.
Yeah,
those guys were playing stuff off of like YouTube and MP3. It was so bad.
No, he's like,
the sound quality was so
these guys
bad.
are coming out with what? Because the locks are coming out with smoothies. He's ready to kill it. These guys are all hammered.
Right?
The locks coming out with smoothies.
And jogging suits.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Ready to work. Ready to work.
He's going to the gym. It looked like he's going to the gym. Yeah,
Right?
He looked like a G, bro.
Come on.
And then when I Get High came on, it was like, buddy, that's the one. I was like, buddy, it's over.
My favorite rapper.
Turn it off. It was over. Yo, watch the whole
Oh, Styles P's your favorite rapper?
I killed
Styles P's my favorite
Yeah,
rapper.
he's so consistent, man.
sure.
Is he a favorite rapper?
Yeah, he is, for
Oh,
sure.
Scarface, my favorite rapper.
Styles P's my favorite.
Yeah.
I know
he
you got
was-
Jim Jones, he's loaded. I mean,
Hell, bro.
did you see?
Yeah.
Hell, bro would have saved them.
He's got the bottle,
Right?
his watch is falling off. He's like, he's wasted.
Now, cool. Okay, look. See, so they've announced him and then nobody comes out.
Did you watch it?
No, he's watching it
I
now.
know, so sick, bro. It was like 5 hours. I watched the whole thing from the back. I never seen this part.
It went way over.
How long was this thing off?
2 hours.
It was only 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it went way longer.
Still, 2 hours is long for
I watched it
Versus.
twice though. Was it only 2 hours?
Okay, I gotta turn this up
I
because
didn't even finish it. I turned it off. I was like, this is over.
No, the locks, all the good songs were at the end,
ending
bro.
was the best.
But Cameron's like, oh, who's got a gun? And all of a sudden he's like, oh, okay. That man, buddy, someone from Jada's side pulled out a
that's
strap,
what
bro.
I'm saying.
Was it for charity?
They're supposed to come out.
For charity or anything, or just for
No,
them to make
just
money?
for the culture. Just for the culture. But they're going on tour together. And you get paid. But they're going on tour together too.
I thought it was for charity or something.
Yeah, I thought it ran too long.
Because he's like, get them out now. He's like, this is bigger than wherever we're from.
Remember the stage was gonna collapse? He's like, yo, everyone gotta get off the stage right now, or it's gonna collapse. It was like, put your egos aside, get off the acting stage.
Exactly.
Look at what's he wearing?
Okay,
What's he
yeah.
back in 93?
What did you think about what Jules was wearing?
He's not doing
No, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. My friend was like, yo, this guy, he's like, none of that is new. None of that is new.
I wear name brand stuff, but come on.
You know
What year are you in?
How as hell? $10,000 jacket probably. Easy. Probably more, yeah, probably way more than that.
Wait, I never seen this.
Cameron and his bodyguard's probably up on stage with him. Because Cameron's a real.
Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah, man.
Fall back! Fall back! Remember that? Oh, remember
Yes, yes.
Jim Jones jumped right in there like a G. I remember, I'll never forget. He ran, jumped right in there.
I never seen Bruce Lee. I don't
This is like the first real verses, like the first actual battle, face to face, dissing each other with the songs. Yeah.
Like, really?
I had no idea.
Where did they host it?
Madison Square Garden. Yeah. Completely sold out, for sure. The tickets were $800 each.
Sold out.
Oh, these guys are rich already just from this, bro. Cameron's buying more Popeyes for sure. He owns like 20 of them already.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Cameron is a good investor.
That's good. That's
He's the one
smart.
rich in Dipset.
Yeah, that's smart.
And the millions around.
Jim tries to do stuff too, though. Jim Jones tries to invest in stuff too.
Not like Cameron. I heard Cameron from the very get-go was always investing.
The trailers.
I remember it was on one year Tuesday, and I looked at it, it's like, YouTube, and I pressed it, and it was on.
Who are you?
I shot you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And he dropped the mic.
Yeah.
And then he dropped the mic.
Yeah.
That's when it was over.
Yeah.
And that was early.
Yeah.
I missed that one with the Biggie beat. Okay, yo, see you guys later.
Bye.
The only time they actually stood a chance is when Cameron and Jadakiss was going back to back. It's after this part.
Okay.
They start going back to back,
Okay,
song for
dope.
song, song for song.
Okay, dope.
But
That's what I'm saying, because watching it, it felt different because of the comments and everything. Rewatching it, I was like, okay, Dipset didn't do as badly as I thought they did. It wasn't a complete washout.
it was bad.
I know. Apparently, like, people from Harlem have been crying and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, man. Like, people are taking it so personal.
People were crying.
People are taking it personal.
Crying about what?
Not having.
Dipset lost?
Yeah, man. Feeling like they can't rep their part of the city no more.
Oh, man. Man. It's Americans for you, though. But now they're going on tour.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which
so-
is dope. It's such a
Which
nice
is real
idea,
dope.
man. Come on.
And they added state
Put
property.
some money.
State property would have did better than Dipset.
You think so?
I know so.
I didn't even know 3 state property songs.
Listen, state property would have did better than Dipset. State property and Locks rap about the same kind of stuff. You're not gonna hear state property songs in the club.
Do they have 20 songs? You need to have 20 songs that mean something to everybody. Do they have the 20? And then, do they have the stage presence? I feel like these guys were also defeated by this.
They have, yeah. It's over. It's over. How you come back from this? Oh boy?
Yeah, I know.
Can't come back from this. It's over. Listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd. It's over. This is like the 4th song, Pete. It's already over.
Like anthem.
Anthem.
Daddy cool, nice game like Daddy cool, this valley cool, this is real life street, screwing to the beat bitch. I know niggas that go to jail.
Yeah. Freaky Zeke. What do we think about Freaky Zeke?
Don't know. He's a good entertainer, but he's not a rapper. He does
Come
other
on. He was being too much. I felt like there were times when he ruined it.
stuff. In life, he does other stuff. He's
Right?
there for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
And rapping is not one of them.
However, they had to turn his mic off. He was being too much.
They turned his mic off?
They turned his mic off, Star. He was starting every song, yo. I was like, does he have a verse?
He did. And you know what was crazy? And how Rel should have been there. Because these guys even sang Purple City Bird Gang.
And he's on that.
Ancasa's on that. And Ancasa wasn't there.
Maybe they're not cool with those guys anymore.
course they're
That's
not.
the difference.
That's not
Locks
fair.
never broke up, never had a fight. I don't want to say never had a fight, but never broke up.
No, those
And one of
guys
the
are
things that
real.
Styles showed too, before their shows, they pray together.
Yeah.
That's a different vibe. That's a different energy than man fighting in the back. One man's doing lines. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Can't hear the music.
That's the problem. The music quality.
hear the beats. You
Yeah.
can't even hear the beats.
Yeah.
Performers. They're yelling right now.
Yeah.
You can hear them.
We're
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the Locks and them.
Yeah,
the Locks was trained by Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy would probably make them take vocal courses.
Yes. Sing on a treadmill. Run on a treadmill and do
so that when they rap, they sound how they rap on record, live. That's important in New York.
Yeah. He actually said that Puffy told him to freestyle. He said that Puffy told him to actually do 2 freestyles.
Anything drop, I cop in all flavors. He's the y'all favorites.
Like, what? Oh, this is a battle. Okay.
That was a good one. That was hilarious.
Okay, so this is Dipset versus the Locks.
Oh, okay.
So this battle just happened on Verzuz. Have you watched any of the Verzuz battles?
Sorry?
Have you seen any of the Verzuz battles on Instagram? This is like the latest one, and it was like considered like one of the best ones.
Throwback guys.
Yeah, so they're both like really big 90s, and these guys were big in like the 2000s.
Oh, okay. I definitely heard this song before. I just never.
You know the beat.
I didn't know who sung it or anything like that.
Wow.
And Jim Jones should just wore his 2 white beaters. Straight up. No? Was that not his thing?
No. Cam should have been in pink. How was Cam not in pink?
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
I just said, if Cameron would have came in pink,
Come on.
Jim Jones would have came in his white beater.
on.
I'm telling you, it would have been a
Jules would have
different-
just had his bandana on.
his bandana.
Maybe they'd done 2 rehearsals. Maybe they'd actually rehearsed, brought some wave files. It might have been a different night.
If I could ask, where's Cameron? Because I don't see that guy in pink.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just one of the guys on the stage, man.
Yeah.
Come on, change it up. Jim Jones always with the white beater. Always. And that's what I remember the guy from.
Yeah.
Always wearing the white beater.
Bandana Santana.
Yeah.
He came out in his bandana.
For sure.
Brooklyn in anything. You can't beat Brooklyn in anything. I don't care where you're coming from. Harlem, Queens.
Cameron was Biggie Smalls' first artist. You know that? Cameron was Biggie Smalls' first artist.
Him and Un from Undies.
Huh?
Him and Un from Undies Entertainment. Yeah.
So it's not that Cameron can flow,
I know.
but these guys are on a whole
Okay,
level.
but this is what's so funny. So my friend was saying before the battle, he was talking about how risky this could be, right? He's like, you could ruin your legacy from this. And I was like, nah, man, that's not how it's been going. You know what I mean? Everybody's music goes up. People are removing Cameron from their top 5. People are pulling him down out of their top 5, officially.
But you know Jada Kiss, top 5 dead or alive.
He's been certified.
He's being replaced.
Exactly.
Being replaced. Because the whole thing is, those guys, they grew up, their voices changed, they don't sound the same. They're not breathing when they're rapping. Listen to how these guys rap. These guys breathe, they rap, they're not offbeat, they sound like the record.
And remember, these
like
rhymes are like 25 years old and they remember them, Star. They remember them.
Come on.
They remember them.
Your rhymes?
They don't. This is the thing.
Dipset,
okay, everybody
Dipset's
is
got
alive,
money,
but everybody has different ranks of money.
No, what I mean is
Right?
they got money and then they went into the rap game. I find Dipset was more make their money in Harlem, their drug dealing, whatever they did, and then they moved on to music, right? Like the Paid in Full back in the days, you know what I mean? Like that was Harlem, right?
Yeah.
Paid in Full was Harlem. So these are the guys that are coming from that set. They're making money and then they started into the rap game.
Okay, 1 second. What did he say?
Yo, you're
What did he
a fool,
say?
man. Y'all remember when he got carjacked?
No.
And he said Jay-Z, it was Jay-Z's people that did it because...
Oh, dry. No, I don't
How you
remember
gonna say that, bro?
I don't remember
that's public. He said that to the public. That's not even some... These guys act so tough. These guys act like they're good guys. I don't know.
That's a movement they had that going on.
It was Vamp Life.
Where's the vibe, guys? Where's the vibe? Where's the vibe? Dipset?
What song was that?
When the Locks is up there, yo, the whole place is going crazy, no?
Yeah. imagine that. Like, Locks brought Biggie beat
Right.
now. They couldn't even compete.
He did a Biggie beat. You didn't hear the Who Shot Ya?
No.
Yeah.
I got that New York now because they gym in New York.
Oh, they did, right?
We came to see, let y'all see us sweat. This is New York, the mecca of hip hop. We doing real hip hop. Them is lip sync.
You said that?
Uh-oh. Oh my God, they can't do this.
Come on. Come on.
This is hip hop. This is the hip hop you can understand and recognize. This is hip hop. This is real rap battle hip hop kind of music.
Right?
I gotta say from an old cat. This is what you like to hear, you know?
I hope Dipset's at least grooving. Taking it in.
Take it in, man. Let the beat play, let people bounce, and then all of a sudden you bring what you gotta say.
No, but he's saying you can't have your voice pre-recorded. A lot of artists perform like that nowadays. Believe it or not.
No, that's whack.
It's so whack.
That's whack. That's
Yeah, it's whack.
vanilla.
Yeah. It also just sounds bad.
Like they had a CD and put in a CD and rapped over the CD.
That's all they're doing. That's exactly what. But it's not a CD, it's MP3.
That's
Freaky Zeke. I cannot with this guy. This guy thought he was doing the best moves in the world. Like the best moves.
This is what you want to see. You want to see a fight with these guys, you know? A little fisticuffs, bro. Remember Cameron used to throw bottles at, what's his name? The light-skinned guy. What was his name, Panther?
Nori?
He threw a bottle from the balcony at him.
Who did Cameron throw a bottle at?
It was a rap battle, I think maybe, or
I don't remember that story.
I'll tell you who he's talking about.
I'll
I'm
Google
talking about a light-skinned guy, looks like an Arab kind of guy.
French Montana?
French Montana! They had beef. Jim Jones and him had beef at one time.
Okay.
I'm expecting some violence like
I
that.
love how you're on top of your dramas. You stay on top of the dramas.
Yeah, I stay on top of it. When it comes to that, I used to love the rap battles.
Yeah.
I used to love them because they were so real.
And like beefs and stuff.
And you couldn't just come in there and be, you gotta be real. You gotta come at it, and it'd be like guys from St. Louis against guys from Brooklyn, and you know, it was like some real rap battles. If they're gonna do this as a rap battle, then rap battle. You know what I mean? Stop the singing. You know, so that's what I love. That's what I love about him. Back in the days.
Come on.
When Biggie used to stand in the corner and battle anybody. You know, that's the generation that would have stopped for me. Tupac. Actually, Tupac was more of a musician, I find. I don't know.
Oh, first hip hop song you ever memorized that you remember. The first song you ever memorized.
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Panther, first hip hop song you ever memorized.
first hip hop song I ever memorized. Lottie Dottie. Lottie. Lottie Dottie. Lottie Dottie. We like to party. We don't drink booze. We don't party with nobody. We're just the man that's on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic, right?
That's
my first hip hop song.
Dope. Who is that? Slick Rick. That's Slick Rick.
And Dougie Fresh.
Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. P.
No love lost. Huh? That's good. I love that. I love
First hip hop song you ever memorized? You ever knew by heart?
Rapper's Delight.
Going on.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yes. Yes.
Rapper's Delight. You remember the words now?
So, yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
A hip, a hip it to the hip,
Was that guy?
don't stop, the rocket to the bang bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm and the boogie to beat. It's gonna be bop,
Cool.
all know that song.
Everybody knows that song.
Your first hip hop song that you knew by heart, that you memorized.
Whoa, the same one. I don't memorize none.
First hip hop song you knew.
I don't even know a reggae song. The whole reggae song, much less a hip hop.
Really?
Song. No.
You bring food.
You?
My first hip hop song would have been like some Run DMC song, because my mom actually had a Run DMC tape when I was little.
Okay, I don't know.
Before I get caught up here, just stop.
They're not soft.
Back in the day, they wouldn't hug. None. They're fighting right now. They become mellow though, you know? The whole industry
everybody's grown up.
Yeah, growing up still, I still fight. I'm 54. Because I know certain provocations that people cause on you, it's not because you hate them. It's just that you shouldn't say certain things. You know? Calling them, what was he calling them earlier?
Side.
Yo, you think you can do that to me? No way! Here. But then they talk the gun talk and this and that. That's why it gets out of hand. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Mano, just put it down. Let's just put it down. You know what I mean? Have a good time, bro. Right? That's what life should be about. Have a good time, man. Fighting is good time too, right? You let it all out. You let it all out of your system, right?
You know who said that too? Styles P once said that. He actually likes fighting. Like, he likes that energy.
Yes. Because you know what?
Yeah.
The best men that are real men, I believe, love their women, respect their women, don't beat their women, but they would fight a friend. You know what I mean? And they'd pick them up and they'd shake their hands and they'd bless each other afterwards. Because maybe you're disrespecting my girl. Right? And not because disrespect in a certain way where it's disrespectful, but in a way that, yo, your girl look good, eh? What? You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, right? Yeah. So that's the world we grew up in. You know? I got one little chain on my neck. Look at I got this one little chain on my neck. This guy's got millions of dollars of chains on their neck.
Yeah,
Why?
Why not?
But why though?
Why not?
You can put your money somewhere else, man.
For sure. Put your money somewhere else. When you're done putting it somewhere else, put it on your neck if you want to.
Yeah, well after.
Did you see the battle?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? We're rewatching it right now.
You're watching it right now?
Yeah, we're rewatching it. Those guys, Panther saw it, but P didn't see it.
You didn't see it? Are you serious?
Yeah. Okay, so did you go into it? Who did you go into it thinking was gonna win?
Oh, LOX all day. Come on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you knew legit.
Of course.
I slept on them, man.
Blood and he got blood.
Come on.
Smell blood in the water. He got it. Damn straight.
My
Jim
God.
Jones fell off stage. God damn.
Come on.
He wasn't ready.
You saw flipping Jules get his bandana thrown on the ground, right?
Straight. He was getting a little bit too close. You know? You're catching feelings still. But bars speak for themselves, you know what I mean? So OGs did their thing.
Trust me.
Yeah, it was big stuff.
Did you see the Fat Joe recap?
I did not actually.
It's hilarious. You should watch it because he was there. So he's like just giving the vibe. He's like, in all of his flipping years in hip hop, he was like, this was the biggest hip hop event. Like he went knowing it was going to be like flipping history.
And every time they showed him, he was only rapping to the lock stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Well, he was feeling it. You can feel it in the building, right?
Exactly,
so.
But it was all love at the end. I'm glad with Styles at the end. You know, it was all peace.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Good. It was good. It was good for hip hop, you know.
Come on.
And hands down, best verses so far.
For sure. It was the first like real verses, like real actual battle in your face, like you know.
Yes.
It was dope. First hip hop song that you remember memorizing.
Yes, bro. For me, it was probably Nas's Life. NAS.
Nas's Life? Did you heard the new Nas?
Of course, KD2.
How crazy!
I'm gonna say top 3 Nas album of all time.
Come on.
KD2 is front to back.
Right?
Front to back, it's sick.
You know, so funny. The new Nas is so crazy. It's
top 3 Nas album of all time.
Yeah.
Front to back.
Yeah. It sounds like he's like ready to be active. Like it sounds like he's like a part of what's going on. He wants to compete.
The lyrics on point. Production, Hit Boy did a really good job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Shout out to Nas. KD2 all day, front to back.
Come on. Oh, let's talk about Lauren's verse. Eminem's verse.
Oh my god. I had to like rewind that so many times. I was getting goosebumps. I was getting dizzy.
Eminem went so crazy, Pete.
I was getting dizzy.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know Eminem's not gonna go on there unless he's nice, because he respects hip hop. He's a fan, right? Yeah, I love him those.
Man was like, yo, I'm out. R.I.P. Dipset. He just walked the stage, guys. tried to play it off like, yo, I dropped my ring. Drop my ring.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's what he said.
He left the performance at that point?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
He said he dropped his ring and that's why he dove head first to go.
Yeah.
It didn't look like a dive.
But no, you clearly see
I thought he came back onto stage after that.
He stepped on the stage
Yeah.
because he heard bars and just heat
No,
fire.
man.
He's like, I need to get further away from this fire right now.
Honestly, Jules was rolling on the ground. Like, it got so stupid. Like, it got ridiculous.
Did he roll on the ground already or not yet?
I don't know, because I've been inside and outside.
It's like an R&B session, or it's a rap battle session, or...
I guess they're just trying to, because those guys hit them with a medley of their female stuff, they're trying to do the same thing. Like, show, like...
They shouldn't even be putting these two guys together.
Obviously, yeah.
Like Dipset is not battle rappers. Obviously. Dipset. These guys are like
love right now. He's on the stage and he's like, thinks a whole bunch of girls on the stage and he's like, yo, look, you know what I mean? This doesn't work right now, man.
No. This is not, you gotta put a different set of people up there. I don't know, maybe the Locks with,
State property.
There you go.
How, you guys, how? I don't feel like they have enough songs.
Name the members. Point and shot.
Benny Siegel, Freeway. What's your next to you?
Petey Crack.
Petey Crack.
Come on.
Yo, that's what you're talking about, battle rap?
You guys. No, you guys.
That's what you're talking
No,
about.
you guys. I disagree. I feel like those guys
better
really...
than Dipset.
Way better.
No.
Yes, they are.
And they don't need as many players.
Yes, they are. Like, you must have forgot about Freeway.
I didn't forget about those guys. I'm just saying, amongst all those guys, I love those guys. I love those guys. But I love, like, 2 of their songs. You know what I mean? And I'm a hip-hop head. So it's like, can they do a verse? Okay, wait.
The only reason you only like 2 of their songs, because their songs are aggressive battle rap songs. They're not no club songs.
Yes. I'm just gonna agree with
State Property would have been a better matchup against the Locks.
The Dipset? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, for sure.
What's their 20? What's their 20?
They come a lot harder. Definitely, than Dipset.
They might have come harder, but they don't have the catalog, you guys.
Of course they do.
Junior Mafia.
I'm not saying they haven't done albums.
Freeway had his own album. He's got 2 songs on there. Young Chris and Neef had an album. That's at least 2-3 songs on there.
Okay, you're right. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me.
has
Maybe
at
it's
least
just me.
3, 4, 5
Maybe it's just
songs
me.
on there.
Maybe it's just
and
me.
then Pete, and then there's one more guy I'm missing.
Who, Petey Crack?
Petey Crack. Come on. There's no comparison. These guys are jiggy.
Yeah.
Here's some old school beats here.
I never seen this.
Come on.
I never seen this part.
Imagine they're bringing this now too. They got verses for days. These guys. Locks has got. Yo.
throw the towel in.
Yeah. Flipping, these guys are saying that Jim Jones jumped off of the stage and never came back.
Yeah, that's what
He came back. He came back. But he said he jumped in for his ring, but it didn't look like it wasn't head
He was
first.
trying to fly away from
it looked like he
from
was
the bars.
stepping and he missed his step.
Yeah.
Discombobulated.
Sure, the shots, bro.
Look at this guy, you guys.
Those aren't regular songs, guys. Those are songs that Gay grew up to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So Jules put on the bandana, Hampton. Jules sometimes decided to put the bandana
He
on.
put it on.
It's gonna get ripped off.
This is the thing. And trash to the ground.
It's gonna get ripped off and trashed to the ground. That didn't happen yet, did it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
See, I stopped
I don't
watching
think
a long
so.
time ago, Lisa.
No, not yet.
But for me, the battle was over a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. It is. Now it's just all the embarrassing stuff.
I didn't even have to see all this. When I heard Who Shot You,
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls, I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
I was going crazy in my house, guys. I was going crazy. I had to stop because people were so mad at me.
Right? I love it.
These guys the beats. That's why I don't like Dipset, bro.
This is offbeat. Are you gonna play that?
Why isn't that playing the instrumental? What's with the screaming? That doesn't sound good. Weep. You know that Locks is the opening for Dipset. Encore? Locks ain't opening for Dipset.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That was my point. No, for sure. For sure not.
Dipset has to open that.
For sure not.
And go with that beat. No? That's what you started with, and then you bring in this.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Do it on the reggae beat.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys
Get the
are
crowd
from New York.
moving. Yeah.
There's enough people will relate to that.
Yeah.
That ain't the beat. That ain't the vibe.
What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Oh, I know.
Is it a reggae beat?
No, the guy in the gray sweatsuit, Pete, ruined it for everybody. He ruined it for everybody. Okay, what's Jada saying?
They know what they're doing. That's
Yeah.
the thing about it. They're playing the right music and rapping to the right beats. Like,
Yeah. They know how to support each other, how to come in on the ad lib, how to do facial expressions to the next man's stuff. Like all of it. All of it. But they came up at a time, you guys, when they were still doing artist development. They don't do artist development anymore. Period. It's about how many followers you have and that's it. Get on stage, good luck. So.
Like you guys are saying something.
It's like survival music.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like what they're rapping about is like survival. These guys are rapping about my chain and my car and I got a bottle of Moet. Like, come on, bro. You can't battle with that. You guys should have threw in the towel a long time ago.
What was that lyric they says? We don't dance, man. We bob our heads. That's how it used to be back in the days. Like, I'm talking old school, you know? Nobody was dancing. This is you just bob to, you know?
But also, to be able to pull out a DMX track is pretty.
Yeah, but
And this is like the first big DMX track. That's pretty legit.
you have to, you know, the guy just passed, man.
Yeah.
No? You gotta honor these guys that passed and went to jail for this movement, this hip hop movement. Like I said, Casanova went down as a G, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out Cass.
Shout him out, man. He was New York to the bone, that guy.
Yeah.
And he was a Jamaican background.
And I feel like he was trying to avoid all of this, like actively. Whenever he spoke about it, it sounded like he was actively trying to avoid it.
Actively
So that
avoiding
sucks.
it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you have the money to make these guys live a better life.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know how he contributed. Listen, if
Well,
I pay your
I know
rent,
that-
if I pay your rent,
It's
if
one
I
thing.
help you feed your family,
Bro,
they better not flip and
you're
arrest
on-
me for another.
But if you're on this corner and I give you 2 keys to run with my money, and you're gonna be rich from that day on, you ain't got a bad heart either, right? You're really trying to make their life different. You're just saying, yo, instead of doing the nickel and dime thing, here.
Yeah.
Money to become a big timer on the street.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the guy for doing that, right? He's helping out those guys too. It's not, you can't just help out the guys that are musicians.
For sure. I'm just
You gotta help
saying,
out the guys that
he
are
may not
grinding,
have
like-
necessarily helped them out in that way. He might have
And you know
just
how it
been
is
helping
over
them
there
out
in
in
the
other
States
ways.
when you come out, man. You ain't getting no job. Ain't nobody gonna help you. So,
Well,
those
this is
people
what he's
that are in
upset
the
about now
business-
too. Because he's like,
Yeah.
whenever he was on radio, he spoke about how you can't depend on people. And now he's complaining about not having anybody to depend on. And it's like, why do you expect anything from anybody?
You can. You gotta know.
How is it when you're in jail? Can you depend on anybody? Are you surprised by who you can't depend on? Huh?
Can you depend on anybody? Not really. Well, your family, hopefully. Supposed to, yeah, depend on your family.
Because, like, Sean was talking about Casanova and how, whatever, we should have been shouting him out and stuff. One of the things that Cass always spoke about before he went to jail was how no one's ever there for you. You can't depend on your friends. And now that he's in jail, he's complaining about how his industry friends aren't helping him. And I'm like, why are you expecting anything from anybody?
Yeah, exactly. They don't owe you anything. You know what I mean? And what kind of relationship did you have?
Sean, Kev.
Sean locked it, eh?
No.
I knew, bro. I already seen the warning shot. Yeah.
Kev, did you see the battle, the verses? Ah, love it. We're rewatching it now.
Bro,
This is the biggest hip hop event.
It's fire, bro.
It's the biggest flipping hip hop
I haven't
event.
seen the warning
Bro,
shot.
why
Your warning
you such
shot.
a grumpy old man guy when it comes to that? Bro, it's fire, man.
Come on. Did you have the locks the whole time?
Yeah, like, come
I
on.
was Dipset.
Like, come on. You don't know hip hop if you were going to actually root for Dipset. I get Dipset. Dipset has stands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no matter what they do, they're going to love them.
Yeah.
But, come on. Like, Locks? Freestyling? Their beats?
Killed them.
Come on.
Killed them.
Their charisma?
Performance, discipline.
Like, they ate their food. They ate their food, spit it back out, made them eat it.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
This is going down in hip hop history.
Yeah.
Like his story.
A fact. Did you see the Fat Joe recap?
No.
You gotta watch it. It's hilarious.
This weekend.
It's
I watched
so
it.
good.
I seen the caption that it was.
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's hilarious.
I told them, yo, I hurt my foot. I've been hobbling all day. And they're still talking to me like I gotta do stuff on this foot. I'm like, nah, dude.
Did you listen to the new Nas?
Yeah, twice today. It's good.
Come on.
He came. Yo, thank you, Hit Boy.
Right?
Hit Boy. I gotta give you props, bro. He's a real good producer.
New Kanye.
This is the first Kanye album I'm actually looking forward to listen to. Surprisingly. The only other one I was looking forward to was his the one when he dropped it every Friday. That series.
Yeah, Good Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, because I heard a snippet with Jada Kiss and Jay Electronica.
Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. Did you see his performance last night?
Nah, I didn't watch that.
Crazy. He like levitated at the end.
I heard. So I'm actually really interested to hear how the album's gonna be because I like the gospel stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I'm actually curious to hear it. I wasn't really feeling the one with the Weeknd.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, I didn't think his voice fit.
I liked it. The Weeknd and the Baby. I actually liked it.
He's saying
It
good.
hit
Don't
me.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't think that his tone of voice fits on that key of the song.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, maybe I gotta listen to the whole song.
Yeah. I'll listen to it again. I didn't get a chance to read it. Ah,
No taping
thank
downstairs.
you.
No recording downstairs. Downstairs is off.
No cameras.
Off limit.
Cool.
Off limit.
Pete, let me get you to say a final word then. I'm just gonna get Pete to wrap it
Yeah,
up.
wrap it up, but nothing filmed downstairs. Nobody knows we're down here.
Want me to come up?
No, final word down here, right now.
Final word about the rap battle?
Final word about the rap battle.
What can I say about the rap battle? Clearly, the Locks won. They weren't. Dipset is no comparison to the Locks as far as rap battling goes. I didn't even have to watch the whole thing. I heard pieces of it, and I could just tell, just by the vibe and listening to the sound coming from the TV, who was winning the battle. It was clear who won the battle. So yeah, shout out to the Locks, and yeah, too bad Dipset. Next time. This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another week of Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
I did it.